The World Health Organization say vaccines alone will not end this monkeypox outbreak. People are going to be waking up to plenty of snow in their driveways. And here's a sight that you do not see often. Boats covered in snow, just like how the sidewalks are and the roads are right now. I'm on Newton Drive, that is just north of I-70. And tonight around 6:30, police responded to the streets of shots fired. We do know that 2 suspects were evacuated from the home. Today, police were able to share on what they say is a connection between 2 murders. I want you to take a look at this. Now, every time a St. Louis Blues player does that, kids win too. The changes to the mask requirement and quarantine rules will go into effect on January 4th. That's when students will return from winter break. In a conventional freezer like this one, zucchinis would take 3 hours to freeze. These no trespassing signs won't be here for long. Soon the property will become open to the public thanks to the largest land donation ever to the city of Columbia. For the anniversary of her daughter's disappearance, Chapman takes a green ribbon like this one and wraps it around a tree at her home in Holt Summit. This is just one of the things she is doing to bring awareness to missing people.
That's Angie in the red, and that's her brother Eric.
It's been almost 2 decades since Angie disappeared.
Angie's still missing. And I have spent years and years going down to that old property and all the surrounding areas, literally digging holes with a shovel looking for Angie.
Chapman says it's the not knowing that's so difficult for her.
Logically, I know Angie's gone, but I haven't one shred of physical evidence, not one fingernail of hers.
Now, Chapman uses Angie's inspiration to help other Missouri families trying to find their loved ones who go missing. Chapman created the Missouri Missing Organization in 2007.
I talk to families nearly every day. We make flyers for them. It's all about awareness and education, because when Angie went missing, there was nobody to help me. But I know the steps to take, and I know what to tell these people and how to help them.
Memories of Angie are on display around the house. Childhood photos, buttons, and magnets on the refrigerator.
Teenager. I notice she's wearing my sweater.
But it's the front yard where Chapman spends the anniversary of Angie's disappearance.
And there's another ribbon. There's another ribbon for Angie.
By tying a green ribbon around this tree.
It was just something to mark another year that I don't have Angie. And I'm still looking for her.
Today, people in Columbia came together to show their support for Ukraine. Multiple peace groups gathered in downtown Columbia, advocating for peace and no more war. Honking for Peace set the scene outside Columbia City Hall. Other signs read "Ceasefire" and "Peace Now" in efforts to bring more awareness to the violence taking place in Ukraine.
We're here to say it's time to end the fighting in Ukraine, to have a ceasefire and negotiations for a just settlement.
Speakers at the demonstration called upon the United States leaders to take more actions. One leader says it's important to stand up for what's right.
You talk to your representatives, you try to get them to listen to you, you do things like this.
Today I spoke with one woman who lives in Missouri but still has family in Russia.
Being outside of a country, I had absolutely different understanding on what's happening inside.
Coleman gave birth to her daughter in August and graduated from MU last December. But throughout this past year, she is worried about what tomorrow will bring.
The whole year has been like, what's going to be tomorrow? What's going to be tomorrow? If I'm going to see my mom and dad again.
From a year ago today, what has changed?
It's just the constant fear on both ends, because we don't know what's going to happen next.
Coleman says she is able to talk to her family every day and prays for Ukraine.
Just hope for the victory for Ukraine.
A hope shared by people across the world, including here in Columbia. These no trespassing signs won't be here for long. Soon the property will become open to the public thanks to the largest land donation ever to the city of Columbia. Meet Bruce Allspaw.
This is it. This is how I mow.
A Columbia native who spent countless hours on this farm with his dad, John.
I miss him very much.
John Allspaw was a military veteran, a professor at MU, and a farmer.
But I know him best as a wonderful father. And I greatly miss spending time with him on the farm.
Nearly a year ago, John Allspaw passed away and left the farm to his wife and son. Bruce Allspaw says over the years the family has received countless offers from developers to build schools or apartment complexes like this one on their land.
The last thing we wanted to see was the farm just covered over with apartment houses and things like that. So we wanted to preserve the natural beauty of the land.
The city agreed with the Allspaws and will make the property a green space. Parks and Recreation plan on connecting the trail system right through the farm.
There's nature trails in other parts of the city, but not in the 3rd Ward here, and we needed some green space in the 3rd Ward.
The city plans include hiking trails, picnic areas, and wildlife areas.
They had a nice structure here, that would be great, and it can be used all year round.
And Bruce Allspaw has some plans of his own to make this place special for everyone.